Cells use the natural movement of molecules to maintain homeostasis. When something is dissolved in water, it will move in the water. Let's compare molecules of food coloring to students in a classroom. When a drop of food coloring hits a glass of water, it starts out as a concentrated droplet of food coloring in a pool of water. When students enter a classroom, they might start out as a group by the door. The students and the food coloring move in similar ways. At first, the movement seems random. The food coloring swirls in the water. The students talk to each other and jostle for elbow room. After a few minutes, the food coloring is spread throughout the glass, and the students are spread throughout the classroom. In solution, molecules always behave this way if they are allowed to. Diffusion is the movement of molecules from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. Cells are essentially membranous bags of water with stuff dissolved in it, each also surrounded by water with stuff dissolved in it. Sugars, salts, proteins, and waste products all move from where there are lots of them to where there isn't. If something can get through the membrane, then it will follow the rules and go in or out to even out the concentration. It doesn't even require extra energy for this to happen. It's passive transport because it doesn't take energy for the cell to move it. This isn't just true for the food coloring, it's also true for the water. When there's a high concentration of stuff dissolved in water, then the concentration of water is low. Water molecules also diffuse from where there are lots of them to where there are fewer of them. If they move through a membrane when they do this, then we call it osmosis. Sometimes a cell needs to move things in or out, and the concentrations are right, but it's not a molecule that can pass through the membrane. A protein can help it through without using any extra energy, and that's called facilitated diffusion. Sometimes the concentrations are wrong. Maybe the cell needs a lot of something. Sugar is something cells need a lot of. Maybe the cell needs more, but the concentration outside of the cell is lower than inside the cell. If the cell wants to move more in, it's going to require energy and a helper protein. This is active transport. Using negative feedback loops and a combination of passive and active transport, cells can maintain healthy concentrations of all of the chemicals they need. The concentrations of various chemicals inside and outside of cells are vitally important to keeping cells healthy and functioning. Stay awesome!